Welcome everybody to Friday's segment on IMAGI-NATION TV where we gather with the artists, and today we're partnered with Blacktown Girls High School as our school partner, and we've got a co-host who's joining us today. Shanika, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
What's happening? What do you think asking questions is all about? Have you had a time when you've struggled to ask questions and then by asking a question has helped you unlock something on the other side?
Yeah, I reckon asking questions is a way to help you not just understand something, but also see it from a different perspective and what you can turn it into.
How do you deal with, like, when you get frustrated sometimes and you're not sure how to find your way out? How do you find the words to that question, or how do you try and how can we channel our way through frustration?
I look towards things that keep motivating me, and if not, I won't be afraid to ask anybody what they think about it and just figure out ways to understand it properly.
What's if we're going to answer one question today with one of our guests, what's a big question that you'd love answered?
I guess, what's your way of finding inspiration?
Cool. All right, let's roll through that as we get going. Okay, we're about to do our 60-second challenge with a representative from Blacktown Girls High School. So we're stoked to have Josh Edwards, PDHPE extraordinaire, with us. Josh, how are you going?
I'm great. How's it going?
Good, man. You ready to take on 60 seconds of the biggest questions that humanity could ever muster?
Very nervous, but we'll give it a good crack.
All right, let's get that timer started. Let's get ready to rumble. The 60-second challenge, let's go. What is your greatest extravagance?
Just my love for sport and knowledge of all sorts of useless sport facts.
On what occasion do you lie?
What time I'm coming home.
Which living person do you most despise?
Despise? Should definitely not say a past student. That's a very tough one. That's a harsh one. I can't say.
Okay, we'll leave that one. What quality do you most value in people?
In people, the willingness to give things a go.
What quality do you most like in puppets?
Generally, their ability to speak for themselves.
Which talent would you most like to have?
If I could dunk a basketball, I would be so proud of myself.
What is your most treasured possession?
Let's say my CDs. I've got a good collection of CDs and I love them.
Bing, 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 bing. Josh, thanks for joining us on the 60-second challenge, and thank you to the Blacktown Girls High School for joining us as a partner school.
No worries. Thank you.
All good. Shanika, how did he go?
He went good.
Yeah, under pressure, hey? That's intense, that challenge. All right, let's get ready to meet some of our artists and get ready for the artist challenge. We're about to go there, and before we go there, we're going to meet a wizard. So we've got our 180 seconds of wizardry, and today we're going to Armidale and we're hanging out with Brad Withers. Brad, how are you?
I'm all right, Jack. How are you?
Bros, I'm pumped. I can't wait to see your wizardry in action. Let's get this timer started, and I'll get out of the way. Over to you.
All right. So, wizardry, I like to call it Wizardry. So we'll go from there. I'm going to quickly just talk about what I do in regards to traditional healing. It's my way of bringing an old sort of way into a new style. So one thing straight up to do is, I know this week's asking questions, and a lot of it has got to do with asking questions in the right way to get the desired result in the end. The importance of gaining respect out of those questions, I think, is the main thing. Letting the person who I'm working with understand that it's all about the respect, and me leading them to be able to release the energies that are causing their need to be healed. So get it in the right way, so that we sometimes might get to places where they haven't told people different sorts of things. So understanding that I'll lead them towards that. So getting that permission and walking through the questions to an already known destination and releasing those energies. And so a lot of that can be done through connecting with nature and connecting with the universe and everything around, because everything that exists as energy. We mentioned that earlier in one of the episodes earlier on. So it all exists with energy, and be able to release that energy at different sorts of times, and jumping on different people's timelines to be able to say, okay, well, this happened. You might have broke your toe 10 years ago. You've never told anyone, and that's why you always wear steel cap boots. So just as an example. So we walk along and try and do those sorts of things and sing the certain songs to be able to say, all right, let's leave that, get that energy there and leave it, and you move yourself forward so that you're no longer carrying that sort of stuff with you. So it was always a lifelong journey for me, asking questions all the time, like since I was a kid. Like it was always a connection of being able to, this is what I want to do with my life, and then just the questions. Ask this question. Okay, what do I know next? What I want to know next? I'll ask this question. Ask this question. And always wanting to learn, never staying still. Always willing to learn and wanting to change. And I think that's one of the most important things. This sort of thing takes a lot of energy, but it also takes a lot of responsibility. And just to quote Uncle Ben out of Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. So I think certain people have the ability to be able to do what I do because it does take a lot of responsibility and a lot of power to be able to do it. So just quickly before I go, I think I've got 30 seconds left. So I'll sing you, sorry out there listening, just a bit of the healing song. It goes, Dekeroko no ikoro ui porohi, ingaro onogira kokuku, ega mogu rongia kanana itarohu, ingara amanaga taru igana, ekukahuru rangia anene guporohe. And that'll stop me because my time's up. And back to you, Jack.
Brad, unreal. Shanika, what do you reckon?
It's really educational about how we put it, and like it's in your head, and it's good to take in because some people don't understand things in certain ways, and it takes them a while to understand them, especially when it's something that they could cherish in the future and also help them understand the world in different perspective. So
such a big idea, Shanika, that you don't know the lesson yet sometimes you walk past the lesson. I think, Brad, you were talking past, sort of walking past and there's energy that we might leave behind at different times and being able to, work out how we can go back in time and time travel and then find that lesson again and bring it to life. And Brad, have you had different stages of your life where you've learnt things that you saw earlier and it's made sense as you got a little bit older?
Absolutely. Like certain things would happen. I go, what that happened for? And then like maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, you go, oh, that's why that's happened. And one of the best things about that is learning to live in the moment. So if you're living in the moment, you're being able to see those things and then come back to them. Because if you're not in the moment, you're either living in the past or living in the future, then you're missing out. You've got blinkers on and you're missing out on the lessons that life's trying to teach and the universe is trying to teach at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, you've lit up the chat line. We've got Philip from America saying, this is so awesome, Brad. We've got Lunatune saying, can we give Brad 180,000 seconds? There's lots of comments coming in. Keep your comments coming through on the YouTube chat line. If you've got any questions for our artists and for our performers today, throw your questions through. Sadini saying, yay, Blacktown Girls High, represent. Steph Beck saying, good to see you leading, Shaniqua. So let's keep rolling. We've got our artists coming up next. Brad, thanks for being a wizard with us. And let's go to the artist segment. We've got a video to get us going. Okay, let's get our artist challenge up and moving. Georgia Rooney, how are you? Good to have you here.
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thanks for joining us as we try and work on bringing mentors into kids' life every single day all around the world. And it's great to have artists who come and explore the world of imagination with us. What are you going to be creating today in your artist challenge?
So last week I went to Savers and I bought some books. I bought Play School, I bought Where's Wally, and I printed out heaps of travel pictures that I'm going to make collages with.
Awesome. Really fun. All right, you go get started. We'll come back to you a little bit later. I think we've got Mayra. Mayra, how are you?
Hey guys, I'm good. How are you?
Good. What are you creating today, Mayra?
Today, I've already created the backdrop, but today I'm going to be creating a cultural story about listening, about how our ancestors and how our past people use listening to to educate the young ones, and I'm going to do that through my painting today.
Awesome. You go get them. Can't wait to see what you create on the other side. And we've got Harin. How are you?
Yep, I'm good.
What do you got? What do you got for us today? What are you taking on?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to do pop art. So if you've seen like the famous Marilyn Monroe painting with the different colors, yes, I'm going to do something like that on a canvas. So I'm going to on a canvas have my pen brushes and paint ready to go. So
all right, you go for it. Artists, go start creating, and we're gonna catch up with our musicians in a second. I just wanted to see if anyone from Blacktown Girls High School live in the audience wants to jump in. So I might come to you, Abby, quickly and say, Abby, is there any questions that you found like really hard to ask in school, or any moments that it was tough to ask a question, and then when you asked that question, you maybe it wasn't as difficult afterwards?
I'm in school, there's lots of questions that you got to ask, but I always struggle asking because I'm not one to ask for help, because I like to think that I know everything.
Yeah.
But when you ask the question, you realize that it's not that hard after all.
Isn't pride a funny thing, Shanika? Just that that stubbornness when you kind of, as Abby was talking about, when you feel like you don't need help, or asking for help is like a weakness, but it's the only way that we learn, right? I'm so bad at that. Like, I'm so stubborn with asking, and then when I do ask, I'm always like, oh, of course it's easier. Hey, Alicia, what's the toughest question you've had to ask in school, and the time you felt like maybe the most intimidated about asking a question?
Definitely during a maths lesson, definitely. Yeah,
it's the different language, mathematics, a lot of the time, and I think hanging in there and asking those questions is really helpful. We're going to go catch up with a couple of our artists now and introduce our first musician today. So we've got Sammi. Are you there with us, Sammi Constantine?
Yes, I sure am. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely. Hey, stoked to have you with us on IMAGI-NATION TV. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm really excited. And this is Cyrus, by the way.
Hello, great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Well, stage is yours, Sammi. Take us away in the world of imagination.
Awesome. I'm going to sing one of my songs that we wrote together called See What You See. I'm scared that you'll leave me here in this bed. I can't do it alone anymore. You know I've been let down before, and I'm not proud of myself right now. I allowed it to make a home out of me, and now I'm my own enemy. Everybody tiptoes, that was never you. Though wish that I could trust you'll be there when I let go. Feel like I would lose it all if you said you forgot to call. I lose it all. You make me wanna be the person that I am to you, and maybe one day soon I'll feel like I deserve it too. Oh, 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 oh. And if I do this for you, I might wanna do it for myself. I don't wanna be the story that you never tell. Oh, 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 oh. I'm sorry that I'm sorry so much, and I wish that I didn't have to lie to you, even though we both know you see right through. Everybody tiptoes, that was never you. I wish that I could trust you'll be there when I let go. Feel like I would lose it all if you said you forgot to call. Well, I lose it all. You make me wanna be the person that I am to you, and maybe one day soon I'll feel like I deserve it too. Oh, oh, oh. if I do this for you, I might wanna do it for myself. I don't wanna be the story that you never tell. Oh, 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 oh. Would you be patient with me until I see what you see? Would you be patient with me until I can see what you see? Just wanna see what you see. Would you be patient with me until I see what you see? Would you be patient with me until I can see what you see? Just wanna see what you see. Thank you.
Thanks, Sammi. It's just artists like you really do encourage other young artists around the world. So we want to thank you so much from a part of all of us young girls and also the young dreamers out there. And just thank you for inspiring us by sharing us with your talent.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. That's so awesome. Thank you, guys.
Sam, we've got lots of love coming in from the chat line. Tom Wensley saying, what a voice. Darren Brady saying, beautiful voice, deep song. Jess Daniel saying, chills. Will Wensley saying, shivers down my spine with this song. And then we jump topic a little bit with Bobby Cunningham saying, Malachi says, asking questions about the reproduction system in health class was the toughest question to be able to ask. So there's a jump over there. Yeah, I agree with that. Reality is our parents had sex and we became babies. So that's part of the world. And then we grow up.
I love it.
We talk about a reality. Probably should make it a little less awkward. All right, let's keep moving through the show. We're going to catch up with our artists and check in with how they're going. Harren, how are you going? What's up? Where are you at with your pop art? Well, I like that.
Long way to go.
Very cool, very cool. We'll keep moving. Georgia, how are you traveling?
Things will still be a while.
Yeah, very cool. Okay. And then Mayra, we're going to come over and check in progress update as to where you're going.
Well, I've done a traditional meeting place. It's going to take some time, but good art takes time.
Excellent. All right. We're ready to go. Anne, how are you traveling in the student audience today? What's it like being behind the scenes and watching all this go?
It's pretty cool just seeing how everything happens behind the scenes and stuff like that. Yeah.
And what year of school are you at?
I'm in Year 12.
Cool. What are you planning on doing next year? Have you thought about what happens in 2021?
Yes, I'm planning on going to university to study social studies.
Oh, cool.
Like a social worker, yeah.
Awesome. Well, good luck getting through the back end of this year during these unique times in human history. We're going to jump over to our next artist. We've got Stewart Barton. Stewart, how are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm just chilling and taking in some beautiful art and music. And as Shaniqua said, it's such a gift, you know, you guys just creating an artist are just such a, it's so selfless in the work. So thank you for being an artist and for creating and sharing stories for us all. And stage is yours, cuz. So let's see what you've got on Imagi-NATION TV.
Cheers, thank you. You know, that's why I do it for you guys. And I think that's as, you know, making artists and painting and all that sort of stuff and being a artist as in a performer artist. I think that's why we do it, for people to make you feel something different. And yeah, so like what they said, my name's Stewart Barton. I'm down here from Canberra. I've come a long way to be here, my bedroom, in my living room. And I'm going to sing a song for you that I'm going to be recording soon with a few others. It's a bit of a feel-good song, lift you all up, get your high spirits up. But yeah, it's just about having fun, meeting a girl, basically, and you know, to make you feel a bit positive. You can dance around your lounge room or wherever you're watching. So this one's called You Are Beautiful. When I first met you, I didn't know your name, but you caught my eye like a shooting star. You can guess that I was ashamed, that I didn't know who you were. Yeah, I wanted to tell you something I didn't know how. When I seem to see my legs start to shake, when I'm talking, my words start to break. You're so out of my league, like a girl like you, like a guy like you. I know I never talked to you much before, but you are beautiful. Few weeks flew by like a birthday party on a Friday night, till I gotta talk to you again. It was our reception signing out. Got distracted by your pretty smile. Yeah, I wanted to tell you something I didn't know how. When I came to see you, my lips just shake. When I'm talking, my words start to break. You're so out of my league, like a girl like you, like a guy like you. I know I never talked to you much before, but you are beautiful. Hey! When I'm singing next to you, my legs start to shake. When I'm talking to you, my words start to break. Hey! You're so out of my league, like a girl like you, like a guy like you. I know I never talked to you much before. I know I never talked to you much before. You are beautiful. Oh, yeah. You are beautiful.
Thanks, Stuart.
Awesome,
It's just
thank you.
young talent like you, very passionate and outgoing. That's the type of role model teenagers around the world need. So thank you for sharing this with us and with everyone else today.
Oh, thank you for having me. You know, I was really honoured to be asked to come and play today. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and thanks for asking me to come play, and thanks for all your feedback too. Really enjoyed it.
Lots of love on the chat line as well, Stuart. Steph Beck saying, can't wait to see the finished product from Harron. So, you know, if you've got someone who's very focused on the result, Harron, who's vested interest, good vibes all over from Kat, Stuart about the tune. Chris Tamwoy is joining us next, said amazing vocals, solid guitar playing too. So thanks, Bros, for joining us and just being a part of this and giving you everything and giving that gift to us and giving that energy to us today.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, and I'll pass it on when I've got this stuff out to air, and I'll hand it over to you guys so you guys can have a listen. So I'm looking forward to it too. So thanks so much for having me on today.
Awesome. Well, we might go back to our live audience quickly and check in with Alicia. How are you traveling? How are you finding the show so far?
I'm good. I'm loving it.
Yeah, Stuart, it's amazing some of these like performers who just spend so much time. I was just watching Stuart in his house just going for it. And to have that courage to overcome nerves, like, and just go for it and give that gift to us is a pretty brave thing to do, hey?
Yeah, definitely.
Next show, you come on with a guitar and then just do a song. You want to do that?
Probably not, but
right. We'll give it a few months. Shanika, how's the show going for you? Have you had your question answered about inspiration yet? You reckon from the top?
It's getting answered along the way, but it's really good to take in how other people look for ways to answer their own questions.
Yeah, that's cool. Harren, how do you get inspiration as you're looking to try and answer questions? How do you find the inspiration to get an idea and then the courage to act? Because often we can get inspired in our head, but then freeze before actually the doing.
First of all, I think, the shame factor we have is being shamed to even ask questions first. But before, I have to understand that you're not going to learn anything. You have to ask questions. And, it's just a feeling you have to get past. And I guess it's important for learning and, education. Like, that's how we learn. Different cultures learn through listening and asking questions. And you can see that in schools, how they do their questioning, like inquiry-based learning and all that. I think it's really important. If you don't ask questions, you're not going to develop mentally, personally, and, be aware of what's around you.
And change stuff as well, right? Like, because there's a bunch of stuff that isn't cool. Like the current setup in a lot of places around the world sees a bunch of people generally at the bottom of the ladder, and often the people are First Nations people or people that have been marginalised for years. So looking at the system and going, okay, well, let's question this. Let's challenge how we educate. Let's challenge how we govern. Let's challenge how we think about what fairness is. And that's so much of the work that we're focused on here, is trying to say, well, why can't we use this current moment to explore what a different way of educating looks like? And maybe it's the teacher and the mentor together and some amazing digital resources that we can work on as we move through the 21st century. So what do you reckon, Shanika? What do you reckon school's going to look like in the next 10 years after we come out of all of this stuff?
Well, it depends on what we make of it now. There's a lot of children that don't really have that motivation or that extra boost to stay in school. And the saying that we are the next generation and we are the future, it determines on how we use what we have now. The reason why children ain't really motivated with school is because they've never really had that extra step or that extra person saying, you are going to get somewhere. You are going to be something amazing. And education is really important. Like, with everything that's happening right now, kids are honestly struggling as well. So we need people in the world to stand up and say to someone, you are going to be something amazing. Don't let anybody put you down to the point to where you're just going to give up, because you are the future, and our education will be amazing if people stand up today and say something.
And like you've just done there, and no one's too small, no one's too young to be able to inspire people. And by carrying that message, a positive message, a focused message that says, we can get it done, it challenges that other message that makes us feel small and makes us feel like we can never, change something and move. Chris, what was school like for you, cuz? And what was your journey as you found your way into expressing yourself and telling stories?
Me?
Yeah.
School was fun. I think 17, grade 12 was my darkest time, but it was actually the one that provided light for me. I came from a family where they just didn't really have time to understand my schoolwork. I'd come home and they'd just be like, yeah, look, son, home and away is on. So it's like I had to really find my way through school and my passion for music and actually be my number one supporter. Having to believe in myself was a key thing. I think having to go to school and know that I can do the work and get through it was amazing. But then having the school teachers, I think once you develop a relationship with the school teachers where you can have that one-on-one relationship and talk and feel comfortable, they become the people, because they're the people that you're going to see 5 days a week. So and then you got your friends that you see for 2 days a week. So it's like you got to find some amazing, something amazing within your teachers to be able to gain that trust, so that you're able to ask questions and feel comfortable about, because they're in control of your education. They're, so it's like once I became friends with my teachers, and I was able to get through school. So it was pretty fun. And then I think being 17, I think the toughest thing was, going through those dark times and then having amazing teachers to help shine light in order for me to get through school.
Let's jump into some music from you, Chris Tamwoy. Thanks for joining us today on Imagination TV. The stage is yours, my friend.
Thanks, brother. This song's called Monkey and Toto. It's actually the first single of my new album. I decided to take it back to the roots with this album, back to the Torres Strait. So it's a song sung in Creole. And song goes out to all Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander young kids. Much love, guys. Oh, 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 oh. Monkey and a turtle, them two go, them two be finding one banana. Monkey and a turtle, you stop ya. I gonna get banana for you, me, yeah. What's he come and still them two fall down, belly up, hey, yeah. You sabe something, you sabe dumpa. What the bully tie, yeah, shum, oh, shum, call it a red. Shum, oh, yeah, yeah, let's talk, them two go, them two be finding one banana, one stick of turtle, you stop ya, I gonna get banana for you, yeah, yeah, what's it come and still them two fall down, belly up, eh, yeah. You sabe something, you sabe dumpa. Mata bully fly, yeah. Shum, shum, oh, shum, shum, call it a red. Shum, shum, oh, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris, for sharing us with your amazing talent, and thank you for sharing with us your story to also show other kids that there's possible ways of getting through hard times as well. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Much love to the AIM crew and everyone tuned in. Stay blessed and happy Friday.
Good on you, Chris. Lots of love coming in from the chat line too. Grace Douglas saying, Chris, good to see you. Hannah James saying, Shanika, you're standing up for kids everywhere. So well done. So insightful. Go get them. Will Wensley, I think, has got a quote of yours now, Shanika. So maybe that's going to become a poster one day. We need people to stand up and say to the kids, you will be something amazing. You are the future. Incredible. Tom Wensley, Chris Tamwoy, thanks for sharing those words with us. Kalisha Rhodes, love this song. We had Haran singing along and just loving the vibes. Because it's this time now, we've got to go and see what you guys have created during the Artist Challenge. So, Aaron, what have you got for us? Whoa!
Yeah, that's what I've got so far.
Talk us through it.
I'm gonna go show depth, but we're just like bold colors, so it's gonna be dark orange, yellow for where like the lighting hits on the face. I don't know if you can tell who that is. It's a long way until I get to the detail, but it's Bob Marley. Yeah.
Nice one, brother. Well, great creation. Thank you for taking on the challenge and showing what's possible to create something out of nothing in 25 minutes. Georgia, the time is up. What have you used your imagination to create, and how was it having the music playing while you were creating?
great. It was really fun. I have created this. Oh, we can't really see, can you?
Yeah, we've got it. That's great.
Yeah. So that here is a picture that I took in England. I met some awesome Australians and we had this really fantastic day, and it felt like a pretend day. So I made all the buildings in the background. Cartoons.
Very cool. How fun's collage?
Collage is very fun.
Hey, thanks for joining us on IMAGI-NATION TV today.
Thank you.
And Mayra, bring us home. What have you created?
Well, it's been a slow process and my laptop's died 3 times. I'm starting to come along with these. It's going to be meeting place there, another meeting place there. The red kind of dots that I usually stick to here, and then the same but blue.
Awesome. Hey, thank you for joining us and taking on the Artist Challenge. Keep creating, keep making magic. Shanika, how was your time co-hosting today?
It was amazing, honestly. Just to ask people questions and thank them for their beautiful talents and inspirations. It was amazing.
Well, good on you. Good on you for jumping in and doing. And so much of our growth comes when we just go, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And you put your hand. I was thinking about all our musicians who performed today and our artists who said, all right, I'm going to literally stand here with no one else behind me, and I'm going to create something for other people in a time pressure. And when we put ourselves under that level of pressure like you have today, you just got to do it. You just do it. So I thought you did brilliantly today. Well done.
Thank you.
And thanks to Blacktown Girls High School for joining us as a partner school today. Thanks to Anna, Alicia, and thank you to Abby for being live in the student audience. Thanks to Josh for taking on the 60-second challenge. And we'll be back on Monday with IMAGI-NATION TV, where we're going to launch a feature film. So we're opening up a Google Doc and we're putting Imagine on the title of it. And the feature film is going to be open for you guys to write it. So for a month, the doc will be live. We're not going to edit it. We're just going to leave it up to people to put in whatever they want to. We've got Yael Stone, my partner's, joining us on the show on Monday. We've got some fantastic writers coming in during the week. We've got Maine Wyatt. We've got Wayne Blair, who's joining us as well, and some other wonderful creators. Those of you who might have seen iZombie, Rose McIver's joining us on the show as well. And we're going to try and create a feature film during this time. So it'll be written on a Google Doc, and then we'll have about 300-400 film grants for creators who want to go out and make scenes of the feature film. And you'll get your very own special Imagine the Feature Film hoodie as part of your grant. So that's coming to you on Monday as we do an experiment and try and create a feature film out of nothing. Thanks to all the kids out there that have been a part of the show today. Thanks to all the mentors that are lining up to work hard to try and provide that guidance that Shanika called out for. And let's keep working to get a mentor in every kid's home every single day. Have a great weekend. Look after yourselves. Take care. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you.